Howdy guys, welcome to Spoil Me Nisi. It's me Nisi here, and I hope that you're all doing very well. So I'm excited. Married at First Sight is starting back up for season 13. After the clusterfunk of season 12, my hopes aren't very high for season 13, but we'll talk more about that in this video. So I'm a little bit confused about how this season is starting, because in the advertisement they do state that the season starts on July 21st, but clearly it's already started, because last Wednesday we saw the episode of the casting and the matching. So we've already been introduced to the couples, and then there's another episode coming on tomorrow as well. So I'm wondering if that means that on July 21st, maybe we're going to see the couples get married. I don't know. I'm interested to see. But just in case if you haven't seen the episode from Wednesday with the casting, as always, this video is going to have a ton of spoilers. So let's get into it. So let's start off with Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper and Dr. Viviana. So you can tell that they took out all the breaks to avoid a Paige and Chris situation on this season. If you're unfamiliar, I'm talking about Paige and Chris from season 12. That was just horrible. What came of those two, and of course they didn't stay married. They didn't even stay a couple when they came back from their honeymoon. But you can tell that they were trying to avoid that situation. But I kind of noticed that they were still committing the same mistakes or making the same mistakes when they were doing the matching for this season. I think that they were putting so much emphasis on not finding a groom or a bride that had a previous entanglement. You keep hearing them say entanglement. Like, that seemed to be the thing that they were mostly focusing on, which is good, because no one should have to go through what Paige went through with the guy having a baby mama somewhere, and them still having, them ending up together and all that stuff, all that stuff that happened with the entanglement from season 12. Of course, they don't want that to happen in season 13, but I just feel like they were putting so much emphasis on that they, they kind of missed the mark on some other things. They asked every single guy if there was an entanglement that they should know about, and then even the girls as well. And to be really honest, I feel like some of these couples may actually have some entanglement somewhere. But to be really honest, these are adults getting married. Everybody has a past. So I think that it's kind of hard to find someone that, I don't know, maybe doesn't have any kind of entanglements or things like that, just to defend them a little bit, because these people were all on the dating scene before they got chosen to marry someone on the show. And I'm willing to bet that they were all still dating before they found out they were even chosen to get married on the show. So I'm sure that, I'm happy that they were putting a lot of emphasis on not finding someone who was in an entanglement. But I think that's pretty difficult. And some of these people seem like they do still have feelings for their past. So first things first, I want to stay positive in this video, because, even though it is a show, this is their real life. These people are, really going to get married, or maybe are already. We're seeing it, and all the stuff that we're seeing on the show most likely already took place. So this is their real life. So I'm going to try to be, as positive as possible. But a couple of these couples already give me pause, and a couple of them I have high hopes for. So let's stick with the positive first. So as of right now, from what I saw in that first episode, I have a really good feeling about this couple. And their name is Gil and Marla, I think is her name. He's considered the caring charismatic. She's considered the picture perfect princess. I don't know. I have a really good feeling about these two. I like him. You know, he seems like really cool, really laid back. I like that he dances salsa. Not because I dance salsa, but just because I think that's kind of cool. These two are both come from Latin backgrounds. I believe he's Colombian. I'm not sure where she's from, but I know both of them are Latino. So I think that that's pretty cool. The only thing that concerns me about these two a little bit is I feel like they were put together strictly because they're both Latino. I could be 100% wrong. I don't know. I guess we'll learn more about it as the season goes on. But that kind of seemed to me, based off of that episode, like as if that was the determining factor. But aside from that, personally, I think that, at least from what I see so far, I feel like these two were a good match. They look super cute together. I feel like their personalities will match each other a whole lot. He seems like an alpha male. She seems like she's, you know, really girly and stuff like that. So I think that that would definitely go together. So I have very high hopes for these two. The next couple so far, from what I've seen that I really like, is Jose and Rachel. I think that Jose and Rachel both seem really cute. Now, of course, at this point, we haven't seen them together yet on the show. We've only seen them separately and the reasonings for them matching them. Because of their personalities, I think they're a really great match. One thing that's a little bit heartbreaking about Rachel is that she seems like she's very insecure. She has a lot of insecurities about someone not liking her, and she's cute as a button, so I really don't know why she would feel that way, but she shows some insecurity on the show, and Jose kind of does too. So, you know, they kind of mesh well together, I think, because of that. I think maybe both of them will be able to like lift each other up and, you know, really thrive together. So I have really high hopes for this couple. I like how these two were matched because, at least from what I saw and what I can remember, it doesn't seem like race or ethnicity really played much of a role in them getting together. And I think that's a good thing, especially since, you know, I feel like the judges take a lot of risks when it comes to what a person is attracted to, and they'll hook them up with someone completely different, kind of like what they did to Chris and Paige. Chris said what he liked. Paige does not fit into what it is that he liked, and they just kind of felt like somehow an attraction would spark, and it didn't. So I feel like, you know, the Pastor Cal and Pepper and Viviana, they take risks with stuff like that in the past, but I haven't really seen them like mix ethnicities or mix races before. That kind of seems like something that they don't really do. I think they've done it like once or twice in the whole show's history, but they don't do it very often. So I like how with these two, I don't know what her ethnicity is, but I think that Jose is Latino, but I don't think that their ethnicity was a determining factor, which I like. I think that they were really put together based off of their personality, so that does give me high hopes for these two. Now to more of the negative side. These two couples give me a little bit of pause. So the beautiful couple on your left-hand side, that would be Michaela and it would be Zach, the African-American couple. I believe that as far as physical attraction, I think the judges, they did a really good job putting these two together, because I think that she's very beautiful and I think that he is very, very handsome. So I think that these two are not going to have any problem in the attraction category. And I think that that's something that Pastor Cal stressed, and I think the Dr. Pepper and Viviana stressed that right along with him. And I think they put those two together to avoid a Chris and Paige situation. However, I don't think their personalities mix. I think that Zach seems like he's very mellow, very laid back, very cool. And Michaela, while she seems like she might be a nice person, she seems like she's very loud, very extra, and very over the top. And I'm only going based off of the coming attractions for the next coming episode. You know, she's the life of the party, but then even before that, you know, she's just a lot louder than Zach is. And whereas opposites do attract, sometimes, you know, a person with a laid back personality can seem like a drag to a person with a very vivacious personality like Michaela. And then someone with Michaela's personality can come off as a bit too much to someone with a laid back personality. So while I do hope that it does work out because they are a beautiful couple, that situation does give me pause. So I'm keeping an eye out for it. And then we have right next to them the beautiful couple on the right hand side, Bao and Johnny. So while these two are cute, I personally believe, now I could be wrong, but I think the judges simply put them together because they're both Asian. I honestly think so. I can't remember any Asian couples on the show in all of the seasons. And I think that their minds were so set on diversity that they put these two together simply because they both come from an Asian background, and I personally don't, you know, their situation gives me pause. Speaking of entanglements, you know, Bao, she gives me a lot of pause. I like her. She's organized. She seems neat, all that great stuff. But she dated so many guys want to marry her, and she broke up with all of them. Dr. Pepper did mention that they brings up red flags, and that does bring up red flags. That means that she's probably very picky, and a person can't be that picky and come on this show. And then she gave her a name to make sure that they don't match her with someone that she knows, but due to the coming attractions, we know that she knows Johnny. So obviously if she knows him, maybe that could mean that she's a guy that he's a guy that she rejected. So I don't know, that whole thing kind of gives me a little bit of pause as well. But other than that, I think they are super cute together. I do hope the best for them, but I don't know, that situation with those two kind of seems like it could get a little bit messy. And then finally, this couple here, we have Ryan and Brett. Brett is the girl. I like Brett a lot. She seems really sweet. But Ryan, I don't know about him. He's putting a lot of emphasis on looks. In the last episode and in the coming attraction, you hear him mention a lot, how does she look? How does she look? And then when they show the coming attractions for their wedding day, he mentions, oh, you know, if she's not what I expect, I'm going to be very upset. That sounds a lot like Chris. That sounds very Chris-ish to me. And I don't mean to compare everyone to him, but I mean, after the last season that we just had, you can't help but compare. So I don't know. That's kind of worrisome. Why? Because it makes you wonder what is it exactly that he envisioned in his mind to walk down the aisle. You know, not that Brett is not beautiful, because she is. She's a very attractive girl. But what I feel is beautiful, what the rest of the world feels is beautiful, may not be what Ryan feels is beautiful and what Ryan wants to marry. So obviously he has a certain expectation of what he wanted his bride to look like. I'm hoping that Brett fit that. But because he's putting so much emphasis on that, I personally feel like that's a little bit of a red flag. But just like all the other couples, I'm hoping for the best. Hopefully when she walks down the aisle, she is the person that he was expecting, hopefully. But I don't know. I think that's a little bit of, it's a little bit telling. I'll put it to you that way. So, yeah, that's that for this video. I'm very hopeful. I'm excited to do the next video and keep up with it. Hopefully this season is better than last season. I really hope so. Last season, not only was it a drag, but as far as I know at this point, none of the couples stayed together. The only couples that I know of that are together right now are Brianna and Vinny. But that's for another video that I'll do on that. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, make sure you like this video and share it. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button. And in the meantime, peace. God bless you in Jesus' name.